I just checked my student loans because I needed to get the information to someone, and what the fuck? I started with 80,000. I have been paying for 10 years. Last year, I paid 6,000 lump sum because that's really the only way to get it low. That took it down to 76,000 after I've been paying for 9 years. The grand total is I have paid $120,000 and I still owe 76. How the fuck is this possible? What?
See, and her situation is common for a lot of people, right? Where they start off with a certain amount, like she said, she had $80,000 that she started with, and it's only down to 76 after she paid 120,000. So for a lot of people, when she probably got out of school, she probably went on these income repayment plans, and she had to pay these low monthly payments, and they never really cover interest. So then after all these years, it didn't even put a dent into her student loan. So and people, a lot of people do this, right? Where they like they say they pay the minimum payment and it's not covering the interest. And okay, I'm not for student loan forgiveness, right? Especially because it's hard to forgive all these student loans when you haven't fixed the problem, right? Which is, government guaranteeing these loans, right? And because the government is guaranteeing these loans, it incentivizes these schools to jack up the price the way they are, and the person that's left holding the bag is going to be the borrower, right? So it is until they fix the problem. It's just hard to just say, "Oh, forgive student loans." When in 10 years, 20 years, you're gonna have this same problem. Then everybody's gonna be asking for the government to forgive these loans again. So for her, like I said, I'm not for student loan forgiveness, but she's paid $120,000, and the principal is only $80,000, and she has $76,000 left to pay. You got to do something with her. This makes no sense. That the fact that she's paid that much and it's only dropped it down like $4,000. Obviously, she should have been making more payments from the beginning. But if she's paid her debt, like $120,000. I got to give it to her. She paid that much. There's a lot of people that haven't even done anything and they want it forgiven. But for her, she's paid $120,000. If that's what she did, then yeah, something needs to be done with her. So. All right, so I got a second video, so let's watch that real quick.
I'm Sophia. I'm 17 and I'm a human biology major.
Is 17 a normal age to be in college?
I think so, yeah. I just have a late birthday. It's in September, so it's a little late.
And how'd you choose your major?
I've kind of always known I wanted to do something in the health field, so I thought that biology was kind of the best way to just further that, I guess.
Okay. And what's your plans for after college? What do you want to do?
I want to go to PA school and be a PA, yeah.
Okay. Do you know how much money you can make as a PA?
I think it's set around 130K, something like that.
And this is something that you want to do, or is it your parents that?
Yeah, this is something I want to do. Yeah, for sure.
Do you have any student loans, or are you going to get any student loans?
I think I'm definitely going to get student loans. Right now, I haven't figured it all out because I just got here, but I think I'm definitely going to.
Are you scared to pay off those loans?
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like everyone is a little scared, right?
What are you going to do to save money and be frugal?
Well, I mean, I've had a job since I was 14 and I've been saving for a while. So I feel like I have pretty good saving habits, but I'm not too sure, honestly. I'm going to have to figure it out.
And see, and this is the thing with me. I think for a lot of people going to school, everyone, if you've been to college, then you get it. I think a lot of students, they don't have a plan, right? If she's 17 and you don't expect her to have a plan, right? You expect at least their parents to help them and guide them. But a lot of these students, they don't have a plan. Especially when it comes to this debt. They just know that they're gonna have a lot of debt. They're scared that they're gonna have to pay it. They're not sure how they're gonna pay it, but they just know it's all right, eventually I'll hopefully get a job that's gonna pay well, and then I'll pay it. But what happens is, for a lot of people, they get into these programs, they go to school, they get the degree, then they get the job. They're not, most of the time, they're not even in the field that they study for. They're not getting high pay, and then they can't pay their debt, right? So then they're stuck, and they're like, okay, how do I pay all this debt? You're owing tens of thousands, in some cases six figures. You don't have a good plan on how you're gonna pay this back. And that's for a lot of people. They get into these, they graduate high school, going to college without a real plan. And obviously everyone is responsible for their own their choices. But if you're expecting a 17-year-old, 18-year-old to have a plan, you would expect that they would be guided by their parents. And this is the trap of this whole college education thing, right? They say go to school, get good grades, get an education, and find a good job. But you're seeing that time and time again. People aren't aren't living the life that they was hoping, right? They had this expectation, and then you come and find out that, like, this is not the way I expected it to be, and that's what they sell you. They sell you on this program, like, go to school, get a good grades, go to college, and then you'll be successful, right? They provide you with this falsehood that going to college is going to guarantee success, which we all know that's not the case. And for her, obviously, I mean, the good thing is obviously she's going to be in biology, so once she gets out of school, I mean, she's gonna be a physical assistant, and they pay pretty good money, right? I'm thinking they make like 6 figures. So you would hope hopefully if she sticks to that plan, because for a lot of students, they say they're in a program, and then they find that they don't really like it, and then they change it, they switch up, and they get into another field, and then they get more debt, and then they find a job, they get into a program that's not going to pay them as much. So hopefully she stays in that field where at least she's going to make good money, and whatever her debt is, she'll be able to pay that off. But for a lot of people, they're getting into programs that aren't going to pay good money, and this is the programming of the lies that they tell you when it comes to going to school and getting an education and getting that degree and getting a good job. It's just usually not the case, and then you're stuck with all this debt, right? And I think for a lot of people, probably the best thing would be is, like, maybe take a year off. Once you graduate high school, take a year off, right? At the very least, take a year off. And then try to figure out what you want to do. There's no rush to really just jump into college, right? And this is how they get you, right? They create this peer pressure, right? You have all your friends going to school. You're like, oh man, if I don't go to school, then I'm gonna feel like a loser, right? All my friends are going to school, they're going there, and so you want to do the same thing. And they create that peer pressure so you can all be into that same program of going to school, getting an education, and collecting all this massive amount of debt. And the thing is, they know they're gonna get debt. People, like I said, she said, I know I'm gonna get debt. She just doesn't know what she's gonna do with it. I'm a pretty good saver. That's not gonna help, because you're gonna make sure you have income first. That's going to be important. But a lot of people just jump into it because they feel the peer pressure of going to school, and this is the how they get you in the system. Like, create that peer pressure, create a system where everybody's doing the same thing, and then if you don't do it, you feel left out. Right, and I tell some people that have friends that didn't go to college, right? They feel like that pressure, or like I didn't go to college, so you don't feel as successful. But I'm telling, like, look at me, you're already starting ahead. Like, you're starting better than a lot of people, right? The one thing you don't have that all these other people that went to school is you don't have debt. So all you have to do is figure out the income part, right? And like I said, just because you don't go to school doesn't guarantee that just because you go to college doesn't guarantee you're gonna be successful, right? You just have to have a plan, right? And like I said, the fact that if you don't go to school, you're starting way ahead. You don't have that huge burden of paying off debt that a lot of people, even though they have a job, they went to school, got that degree, they have this huge debt. If you figure out the income part, you're gonna be way ahead of a lot of people that actually went to school. So, and that's what they do. Like, they put you in the system. Like I said, they said, go to college, get an education, and do all these things that's gonna guarantee you success. You can be successful, because most people that go to school make more money than those that don't go to school, right? And they use that manipulation and that tactic to say, hey, if you want to make money, you want to be successful, go get a college degree. But we see how many people are struggling with a college degree. It doesn't guarantee you success. If anything, it just hinders your success, because it puts you in that system of collecting a whole bunch of debt, right? Going to school, amassing a whole amount of debt, getting that regular job that's not going to pay you enough to make that debt, and you can get it done as long as you're very good financially, right, with your money, right? If you're good financially, then you can get it done. But let's be real. Most people, especially in America, aren't really good with money, right? What they do when they graduate college, they get the new car, they get the apartment or home, they amass all this liability, right? And then they have a small margin for when it comes to saving to help pay off that debt. And that's how they get you. And this is how they trick you. That's that whole scam, the whole college education scam. Because education is important, but college education, going to these universities is not that great. I mean, that important. We live in the information age where you can get education. You can be educated anywhere. Obviously, if you're getting that STEM degree, you're gonna need that college degree, that education. But to be successful, man, you really have to think outside the box and divorce yourself from this whole I need a 4-year degree in order to be successful. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Make sure to leave a comment down below. Hit the like button, share, and if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe. All right, so you guys take care and have a good one. Later.